Let's be real, getting into any new business or any new industry, you are bound to make mistakes. And especially in real estate, I can say this firsthand, you don't even know what you don't know when coming into the industry. But that being said, it's all part of the learning process and building your confidence. But I will say today I will share with you some of my biggest mistakes that I made in my first year, so hopefully you can avoid them your time around. Before we get started, if you could go ahead and subscribe, that would mean the absolute world to me. Feel free to like this video and also follow me on Instagram at dreamliving.la to get more real estate content. Now with that being said, let's hop into it. First mistake to avoid is avoiding analysis paralysis. Now, let me explain. Analysis paralysis is essentially when you find yourself in a situation where you constantly feel the need to prepare. You need to prepare in order to do X, Y, and Z. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, there is most definitely a preparation stage to get yourself established in the beginning. Building your website, your social media, getting your business cards, getting a little bit settled in, learning the market of area of choice that you're going to become an expert in. That being said, do not let months and months go by where you're in this phase preparing to feel confident to talk to a prospective buyer or a seller. The biggest learning that you'll ever get from being in this industry is actually being out there and meeting people, messing up in conversations, not knowing the right thing to say, but failure is the only way that you're going to learn. Now, I know it's really cliche, but I can say confidently that a lot of my objections and way I carry myself and my words and how I respond to difficult situations with clients stem from the fact that I was once faced with that question or that objection in a real-time conversation, and I had to go home and reflect on what I would have said better the next time around. Second mistake to make is investing your money into the wrong places. Now let me explain. Now in the real estate industry, there's two separate parts of your business. You have prospecting and you have marketing. Now people often get these two things confused. Marketing is a long-term approach, and this is essential for agents who have established themselves a little bit, want to continue their name running over and over and over again. Prospecting, that is you actively going and speaking to prospective clients, having real-time conversations, and realistically, prospecting is going to be the fastest way to a paycheck, not marketing. That being said, a lot of people, including myself, but we have to get through it, we don't like doing the door knocking. We don't like doing the cold calling because it's uncomfortable. But that being said, it is essential to your success in this industry. A lot of people will skip the prospecting and go straight to the marketing without anything to back them. You have to learn how to farm before you can hunt, right? So don't put your money into all of these marketing tactics and not be doing the prospecting. The third one is going to be a little ironic, and my third mistake to avoid is to not be afraid of meeting and speaking to people. Ironic because we are in a relationship business. Our business thrives on how many people we know. That being said, I've seen it countless times again and again where when you find yourself, you're new, you don't really know how to carry yourself, you don't know how to present yourself, a lot of people will be opened up to an opportunity to have a discussion about real estate or go out to a networking event or meet people and discuss. You know, we thrive in the fact that we have to live and breathe our brand. You know, wherever we go, we need to be ready to have that conversation about real estate because that's how we get our business. So don't shy away from people. You see someone in a coffee shop, at the grocery store, if you somehow pick up a conversation with someone, work real estate into that conversation naturally, but don't be afraid to do so. Meeting people is the key to your success. The fourth really important thing is to always listen to your intuition. You will be presented with a lot of interesting conversations, opportunities, experiences to meet and speak to people. And I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't always have to say yes to everyone and everything. Second thing, you'll find out very quickly there are a lot of people out there who are not, let's just say, not fully right in the head and enjoy wasting agents' times pretending to want to buy or sell. Now, it's easy when you're brand new and say you get a text message from someone saying, "Hi, I'm Jed and I want to buy a house." Now, as an experienced agent, I know within seconds that this is a scam and this is going to be a waste of my time. But when I was newer, I remember being like, "Oh my God, this guy, he wants to buy a house. Like, I'm going to try and continue this conversation with him and see how far it can get." And only to find out it was a waste of time. I've had someone waste an hour of my time pretending they wanted to buy a house for $10 million. Intuitively, I just knew something is not right. So if you find yourself in those situations, always find a way to ask for proof of funds or pre-approval before continuing that conversation. Just tell them it's policy for the way that you run your business. The fifth mistake you should avoid, which is probably going to be bound to happen, but you should do your best to avoid doing it, is stopping your prospecting once you land a deal. People very easily will get a deal, they'll get so zoned in on that one transaction, that one sale, and completely forget about the rest of their business. Now, when we take a stop and we no longer do our prospecting, as soon as we close that deal, we're going to drop down to here and have to start all over again. Agents in the industry call this keeping your pipeline full, essentially meaning that you always have business or leads or prospects in the pipeline, so that if you do get a deal, you're not dipping down and having to start over again, but you're attempting to have this continuous flow of business. Sometimes it's easier said than done. That being said, don't let yourself go months without doing prospecting just to find that. You're going to have to wait another few months to even hopefully see return on that prior prospecting. Now, on the topic of prospecting, when you get into this industry, you will learn very quickly that every agent has built their business on something different, and everyone has a different form of prospecting, whether it's door knocking, farming, cold calling, social media, open houses, networking events, whatever it may be. Everyone has something different that works for them. And a common mistake that agents will make is coming into this business, picking one to try, giving it a couple months, not getting a result, and jumping to the next type of prospecting or next option. And basically, every 2 months, you're trying something new, you're trying something new, you're trying something new. None of them are going to end up working, because in real estate, prospecting is all a long-term game. You have to stay consistent with it. So if you had spent those 6 different portions of 2 months of prospecting and just stuck with one, your chances of getting anything in return is so much higher than doing multiple things and hoping for the best. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, but also don't spread them out everywhere as well. I'm going to find a good medium. Next mistake to avoid, I've already forgot what number we're on, but that is to stay knowledgeable. Do not be an agent that doesn't know their stuff. You need to understand your market. You need to know your area of expertise. You need to know the average lot size, average square footage, what happened to every single sale in that neighborhood. That is how you bring value to your clients, and especially with sellers, because if you don't know the neighborhood and you don't know what's happening, how can they trust you if you don't even know that information? So lead with knowledge. Your knowledge, your experience, what you bring to the table, that is what's going to set you apart and bring you value. And second, it is going to boost your confidence significantly. And your confidence is key to success in this business, because sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. That is just a part of being in this industry. And if you're confident, your clients will trust you. The last piece of advice that I have is take everything that you learn from other agents with a grain of salt. Everyone has a different strategy. Everyone has something that works for them differently. And you need to find what your golden nugget is. What are you good at? And lean into that. Are you good at videography and social media, for example, like I am? That's something that I really have leaned into in my business. So you will learn so much. You will be exposed to so many different pieces of advice. But what I can say is take everything with a grain of salt. You need to dig deep, learn what you're good at, and then really use that to build and lean into your business structure. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it was a lot of information. That being said, any comments or questions, comment them down below. I also offer one-on-one coaching and mentoring. There will be a link in my description box if you want to book a 30-minute call with me. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about, and I'll give you some personalized one-on-one advice. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.